Hey everyone, how you doing today? We are doing a bonus video with Laura Morby. How you doing, Laura?
Hi, doing great.
Yeah, this one's gonna be fun. So folks, we are so lucky. Laura Morby and her husband Pace Morby are about to be national TV stars. A lot of you know Pace. He's out there. He's a sub two guy. He's out there changing lives every day. As you've heard over the last hour or so, Laura is doing equally great things in the top 1%. But we're going to ask about Pace. He's about to be a TV star.
Yeah,
And I like to think about Pace being just a normal human being. I want to know about Pace 10 years ago before he was this godlike creature out there. What are some things that most people don't know about your husband?
sure. I think one of the funny things is people maybe assume that he's always been in real estate, but
Hmm,
he's always been an entrepreneur, but in different ways. So he actually, when I met him, he owned an eco-friendly golf ball company.
really?
And yeah, so
Oh, wow, I didn't know
which
that.
was really cool because when he was a part of it, our um, main golf tournament here in Phoenix is the Waste Management Phoenix Open, which Waste Management obviously has some ties to like wanting to be more green. So Pace went crazy. He got the Waste Management logo was all their recycled golf balls. It was wild. So when I met him, he was with Ricky Fowler. He was going and playing golf with Don Cheadle and like all this stuff. And I was like, wow. And
Oh,
what's
so
actually funny
so
about
so
it,
quick question, just so people
yeah,
realize what year or roughly what year was this just in time frame? How many years?
yeah, 2009, 2010.
Okay, so 10,
Yeah.
11 years ago.
So
Okay, I'm sorry. Yep.
yeah, and I don't know if anybody remembers, but when Tiger Woods had his scandal, his cheating scandal, and they made golf balls with all of Tiger's mistresses on them, they're pretty popular. Those were printed at Pace's Golf Company
Funny.
because he could also logo whatever ball you
Yeah.
wanted. So, say you wanted some Pro V1s with a company logo as a gift for your boss, Pace's company did that too. So, it was pretty funny.
Interesting. So what?
Yeah.
So Pace plays a lot of golf, which obviously I've known, but I didn't know he was out there playing with professionals like Ricky Fowler. And like, what is Pace's? I guess they call it index. Do you know that by chance? Like, how good is he?
Oh, his handicap?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't even know what it is right now because recently he hasn't played golf very
Oh,
often.
all
But
I hear is sandbagging. That's all I
yeah,
hear you say.
yeah. But one funny thing about him being a golfer is like I grew up in a golf family. Like my dad wished he had boys. He put me and my sister in golf and basketball. And so family vacations were trips to go golf. But with Pace, I went out golfing with Pace. And I'm like, wow, you're fantastic. Like, I can't believe how good you are. And he had just picked it up like
That's not
within the
normal.
last year. And of course he's truly as good at everything he does, but I'm like, oh my gosh, you started golfing when you were 26. Like, I've been
Oh my
golfing since I
God.
was in a diaper, and you're like,
Just that because the
yeah,
golf swing's not normal. So wow, to pick that up at 26. All right.
yeah,
All right. So is
yeah.
he single digits? Is he single digit handicap?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He's great. He's fantastic. He can definitely hold his own. He's modest about it. So
Of course.
yeah, and he doesn't play often enough anymore to, get out there and be consistent. It takes him a couple holes to warm up, but
Oh, oh.
he's great. He
Okay.
is great. So great. And he looks good golfing too. So I love
He
that.
looked. Oh.
Yeah, but that's really funny about Pace for sure, is
Okay.
that's interesting. And then after that, he was a contractor. So
I don't
he
think many
owned a,
people know that he was actually
yeah,
a contractor. Yeah.
so, and what's funny is for the show too, is that is probably, if you ever have a chance to have Pace walk a flip with you, is probably one of the most enlightening, best uses of Pace's time, other than like closing a seller for you. But if you can have Pace walk a flip with you and say what he would do and where he'd spend money and where he'd save money, there's no one better. There's no one better. He's a fantastic,
Wow.
fantastic contractor. And that's probably why he's so good at flipping houses, is because he knows what he's doing and he's seen both sides of it. So
Yeah.
he's great at that. And actually, when Open Door started, so Open Door launched in Phoenix,
Hmm.
Pace was their contractor. And then
Ah.
did such a good job for them that when they opened their Dallas market, they actually flew him to Dallas to get their contractor started there. And Pace opened their Dallas market for them too. So
Wow. And when was
yeah.
that? Was what, like 2000? What?
Oh my gosh, that was like 2000. going back in the recesses of my mind. I feel like that was 2013,
Yeah,
2014.
that'd be about what that'd have been where I guessed. All
Yeah.
right, so Pace is a good golfer. Not sure everybody knows that. He had his own golf ball company. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's a contractor.
Hmm.
No, I don't think everybody knew that. All right,
Yeah.
so we got some good stuff.
Yep.
What else kind of stuff on your husband we should know about because he's about to
Oh
be
man.
a TV star?
Uh, One of the things that I think is the most interesting thing about him is I don't think that he realizes this or not. I don't want to get too far into like the woo woo,
Yeah.
but he is an incredibly powerful manifester. So I've watched that, like my whole relationship with him is if he wants something, he's like, I need this. It will happen within a few days. And I'm like, how does this keep happening? But it happens so often that he'll be like, I just need a couple more sales, or he'll be like, if I only did this amount this week of sales, or if I only bought two more houses, and just like clockwork, it will happen. So I don't know what he does, but he is, I guess I could assume that it's because he's eternally optimistic.
Yes,
Um,
I think that is a powerful thing. Actually,
yeah,
I want to hit that again because I was hoping we would get here.
yeah.
Um, One of the things that I put on myself is I'm generally optimistic, but when I
Mhm.
met your husband, I'm like, oh, there's another level.
Oh, yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, and there's a
Yeah.
lot in that, right? Because if you are even kind of like if you're even keeled these days, there's
Mhm.
so many reasons to get negative or just fill your head with noise.
Yep.
Pace doesn't even hear that stuff. He doesn't let it in his psyche. And he's
Mhm.
just, I think that is it's probably one of his superpowers that it just
Oh, a
doesn't
million
resonate.
percent. It's funny because when something really bad happens, it doesn't even register,
Yeah, it doesn't
like,
register.
at all, at all. When we got married, we had a construction client, and at the time, this was a massive deal, but they waited until we left for our wedding, and then they were like, "We're not gonna pay you for this." And it was 180 grand, and we were like, but they waited until we were gone.
Of course.
And his response to that, that there's always a bit of a pause, which I'm sure has some sort of internal dialogue where he's like, holy, screw
Yeah.
you. I don't know what goes on in there, but it was like, you know what? It's just money. We'll go make more. And I'm like,
Huh?
okay.
Huh? What? Huh?
Yeah. And then it was, I'm incredibly grateful for the lessons that I learned from them. And I'm glad that I met them. And because I met them, I was able to meet this person. And
Mm,
because I was able to meet this person, blah, 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 blah. Think about where we were last year. Think about where we are now. We're going to be fine. It's just money. We'll go make more. And I'm like, wow. Okay.
superpower.
Yeah. So I think definitely that has a part of it. And to have Pace be able to get there, of course, I don't know Pace prior to 2009, but
That's
Pace
okay.
had a whole other life before me. He ran a gas and oil tape company in Utah. He was married
Really?
before.
Ah,
There's a million things about Pace that I don't know of before.
that's okay.
Um, but he had kind of like this triple punch to him. I know he doesn't like to talk about it. I won't say what it was, but he had some incredibly devastating things happen to him.
Hmm.
And I don't know, maybe he'll talk about it, because I actually think this is actually, I mean, if you think about Pace as a character, which a lot of people do,
Yeah.
this was a big turning point in the evolution of who he was, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And
Yeah.
so I feel like if he were to open up about these three things and what his mindset was at the time, which of course I know,
Yeah.
and how he came out of that, but he had probably the worst things that could happen to a person. And I think maybe because he went through something that was so terrible, so many of them all
Yeah.
in this compressed period of time,
Yeah.
that he now when bad stuff happens, he's like, it's no big deal.
Yeah. Been there, done that. I'm good. It's not even
Yeah,
close.
yeah, yeah.
We're
Like,
just 180
who
grand.
cares?
Who cares?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and it is true, like to sit there and think about that. He'll say stuff like, I could sit there and think about it and let it eat away at me.
Mm.
And he's like, but it doesn't do me any good. I gotta
Yeah.
move on. I've got things to do. I've got to go make money. I gotta move on. And I'm like,
Superpower. Yeah.
sure, yeah. But he's a great manifester. So I know maybe the universe appreciates that about him, if
Yeah. It's
anybody wants
given.
to believe in that type of stuff.
Absolutely. Oh, I think I think he puts it out there, but he does the work, right? He's just not sitting in his room going,
Oh
he's like,
no.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. No. I mean, talking about putting yourself in a stream, he is the king of going to where fish are in a stream. He will fully immerse himself wherever he knows he can catch fish, and he's great at that. He's great, so many things, but
Yeah.
great at
That is
doing
awesome.
that. Yeah.
The other thing I think people don't realize is one of Pace's abilities is he doesn't sleep a lot, right? He's
Yeah. I think people think he's kidding, but that's real.
yeah,
But
it's real.
that's real. I'm pretty sure he was up at 2 a.m. because I was up with our daughter about midnight, and yeah, he was gone by 2 a.m.
He was gone, like out of the house, gone.
No, he was probably in his office doing
Oh,
stuff, but
gotcha.
my gosh, he really doesn't. That is true. I think people think like it's a just some sort of thing that he can laugh about and talk about, but it's always been the thing. Always.
Are we talking 4 or 5 hours max kind of thing?
Yeah. So he'll. Well, it depends on the night. So if I wake him up past midnight, he's up.
Oh, he's just up.
He's up. Yeah. So, but majority of the time it's between 2 and 3 in the morning. He'll wake up.
Wow, I thought I was bad at 5:15 or 5:30. I haven't used an alarm clock in 20 years.
Yeah, he doesn't use an alarm clock either. He just is up.
Up. Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I mean, sometimes it's stress, very, very rarely it's stress. It's more, I feel like it's more excitement for him.
Yeah, I was going to use the word excitement. I don't think
Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak for Pace, but I don't think he feels stress. I think it's excitement. It's like it's again, that manifesting, it's that energy that allows him to just do a little bit more than everyone else, which gives him what he has. So it's pretty cool, I think. So,
And that's his powerful time too, which I don't know if he talks about this. I think he does, but that's when he can be alone. So
yes,
a lot of people have this thing where they're like, well, after I get home from work or when I'm done, I need to be alone. I need to decompress. That's when he'll do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
He'll, have a special like energy drink or whatever he wants, or he'll have, a tea. He'll watch a movie that he wants to watch while he's working. Like everything's doing multiple things at once.
Of course.
Or he'll research a topic that he's into. He'll read a book. He'll listen to an audiobook. He'll go work out. It's his me time.
Mhm.
And so when we were first dating, I was like, well, I guess I'll get up with him and hang out with him. No, he wants to be alone.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he graciously let me be a part of it. But yeah, it took away from that like freedom. So do what he wants. No one needs him. He also has a lot of employees that are now on the East Coast. And so he can fire off some emails, get some response back from them, to where when his day starts here and his phone's going nuts and everyone needs him, he's kind of already handled some of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he loves that, and that is real. So
very cool. Very
yeah,
cool.
but it has a funny side effect. So he'll just crash randomly. Of course, it's like at night, but it happens for a while there. It was happening when we were out at dinner, and it happened enough that it would like became like this running joke for me, where I was like, wow, I'm a really entertaining date. Or like, and so, but I'll have to find some pictures and send those to you so you can laugh. But, like him full blown slumped over in a booth at dinner, just knocked out. Yeah. So, good thing that hasn't happened recently, or hasn't happened, during like sexy time or anything.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah, that'd be bad. That's not good.
But yeah, that hasn't happened. But yeah, he goes. He's like an Energizer bunny, and our daughter's just like that.
Oh, really? You got another one?
Yeah, you have to force her to go to bed, and she'd go all night. She doesn't need to sleep. She wouldn't nap, and I'm like, can I get rid of a nap for a 2-year-old already? Because no thanks. She's got too many people she wants to see, too many things she wants to do, and it's like the same personality.
Energy for days. That is awesome.
Yeah, Energizer bunny for sure.
Oh, this has been a lot of fun. Any more closing tidbits or funny situations or anything? Because this
oh my gosh,
he's about to be a national TV star.
Oh, I have so many funny things about him. He's actually really funny, so you have to pay attention for his jokes. Sometimes they're dirty, but he's hilarious. Like he cracks and they're not even dad jokes all the time. He's like super great at these like one-liners where you're just like, what did you say? And then you're like, oh my gosh, where'd you even come up with that? That's great.
Great timing. Yeah.
So he's got some great jokes too if you pay attention. So he's not all work.
That's
So,
awesome. Well, very good, Laura. Thank you very much for giving us time this Sunday. We will do it again next week.
yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yep.